Hello? Hello. Everybody, happy Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. It's officially the end of my holidays week, but it's grand. It's fine. We kind of ramble in as we start a brand new adventure, a new Monday night series called Wing It, the Eurocrash Flight Edition, right? Come on. It was about kind of looking for somewhere that we haven't really flown an awful lot in the sim, and as we're approaching a brand new simulator and it's over a couple of months away, I said, Jesus, we might as well ramble on to some of these places that we didn't visit at all. Do you know? So tonight, well, there's a bit to this one, right? Part one, the Polish Odyssey. You ready now? We're in Poland, a country where everything's incredibly flat or suddenly mountainous. It's like Mother Nature didn't really make up her mind. Start with the Baltic coast, where Gdańsk struts its medieval stuff like it's still waiting for the next Viking raid. That's right, friends. Poland was actually Vikings, right? Do you know what I mean? They were mad for it. And I didn't know that. I learned a little bit, right? Thought it was brilliant. But then you have the central lowlands, a land so flat you can spot the next village a day before you even reach it. Perfect for agriculture and, well, agriculture. Then, friends, then there's more. We head out to the Carpathian Mountains. They suddenly rise out of nowhere, just to keep us on our toes, with the rugged peaks daring to say the word hill ever again. The climate, well, in the summer, it's all sunshine and sausages, but come the winter time, the snow dumps on you like it's got a grudge. Historically, Poland has been Europe's doormat, getting walked on pretty much by anyone who felt like it. The Swedes, the Russians, and everyone else in between. They even managed to disappear off the map for 123 years. But like any comeback story, Poland emerged stronger, especially after giving the Soviet Union a swift kick with the Solidarity movement. Now, about the cities we're going to be flying over, Gdańsk looks beautiful. I have scenery here from Drzewecki Design. It's basically a time capsule of everything that's happened on the Baltic Sea, effectively, right? Now, the next place, right? Pronunciations, Bydgoszcz, which is really nearly impossible to pronounce without causing some sort of an injury. Well, it's a lovely mix of rivers, architecture that can't really decide what century it's from, and an industrial past that somehow managed to become charming. Poznan is where the Polish Christianity got its start, or Polish Christianity, and it's still bragging about it with a cathedral that's older than most countries. Its town square. Imagine Bob Ross during the Renaissance. He went friggin' nuts. So as we fly over these places, try not to get too distracted by the endless history lessons that Poland will teach us, as it has many, many stories. This is a country that's seen it all, from invasions to uprisings, and somehow it's still standing, waving its flag, offering some pierogi. That's some sort of a pastry dessert the Poles eat, right? So strap in and enjoy the ride. It's going to be a fun one. Tonight, our first aircraft in this series, well, it is an old friend, the Havilland DHC-4 the Caribou. An aircraft that looks like it was drawn by Muse after a couple of pints, but it was pretty much designed to get it in and out of places other aircraft wouldn't even dare going. Short takeoff and landing, that's what it's all about. Has a twin Pratt & Whitney engines, and it can haul a decent load, thinking troops or supplies, anything you need to drop into the middle of nowhere. Then you have the massive loading ramps, perfect for getting stuff in and out when no runway is even in sight. Designed in the late 1950s, it served in some of the harshest environments, from jungles to deserts, proving time and time again that it could take a beating and still keep flying. The military loved this thing because it could fly into other places that most aircraft wouldn't dare, and it's still in use today in some parts of the world. In short, the Caribou, it's rugged, reliable, built to handle all sorts of conditions. Pretty cool. It's not the fastest, nor is it the most glamorous, but when you need to get the job done, this is the plane you call. It was built by AnyBuilds as part of Microsoft and Asobo's local legends. So, well, that's what we're going to be flying here this evening. Should be a bit of crack, and I didn't read a bit of that at all. What? Who said that? Took me all day to write it. I picked up a couple of new shirts in Normandy. This one is from the United States Army Air Force. Oh, Jesus. United States Army Air Force, the 9th. And there's a big thingy on the back, look. Ah, Jesus. The embroidery is really hurting me sunburn, but it's all right. I do the hard things, you know, so you don't have to. But anyway, happy Monday. That's our introduction. Each week we'll be following along of what was the Grand Tour. Wasn't their most best, I suppose, special, if you want to put it that way, but because it covers the scenery and locations absolutely ideal for flying over. That's why I said I'll kind of give it an old blast. Do you know? So there's 6 weeks now. It's not going to run for 6 weeks, one after the other. We'll do 5 weeks, then take a break, and then do the last episode when we get down to Lake Bled. 4 countries: Slovakia, Poland, Hungary, Slovakia, Slovenia. Not necessarily in that order. A bit of crack though, right? Bit of crack on a Monday night. But anyway, who's here? Who's after rambling in on this Monday? The weather's actually kind of all right, isn't it? Isn't it all right? Right, we'll see who's here. Super Typhon, you're welcome aboard. Lee Dixon, happy Monday. De Blaze is here. Airlock Duck, Meow Flower, how's she cutting? Vacuum is in the chat. Dragon is here. Tarnish Mossman, and a very happy birthday to Tarnish Mossman. You're welcome in. Airlock Duck subscribing for 28 months. 28 months later, it sounds like a bad zombie movie. You had 28 days, and then you had 28 weeks, wasn't it? Right. They could make Jesus. They could make a sequel, I think. Sir Camsalot, you're very welcome aboard. Rad Baron is here. He says, I saw the list of place names we're supposed to visit. Murph should offer a year subscription to any North American that can pronounce all of those names correctly. I love it. Good to see you, man. Kozaki Flyer is here. Good to see you. There's all buttons being pressed, lads. Retriever Neil, good to see you. See you later. Bonsoir, monsieur. Hope you're keeping very well. Willow, how much is here? Now let me see. Jesus then. Is it Timo Shiva? Timo Shiva?
Jesus.
You're very welcome aboard. Welcome in. Wombat49, 30 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Wombat. Great to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. Toto is in the chat. Welcome in. Viper Strike, he says, flew in Mexico yesterday visiting the Chichen Itza. The chicken itza. The thing, the pyramid joke. Sounds good, Viper. Filthy, good to see you. Spitfire RAF 100 is in the chat. Good to see you, my guy. Currently on descent into Dublin from Charlotte, says Filthy. Ooh, nice. Liptorius is here. A very good evening to you. Nutty Slack says, Murph, I'm starting an air transport service for men with chronic hair loss. I'm calling it Receding Airlines. Jesus. We're looking all right now, lads. Do you know, we're not looking too bad now. Tis right. I had to polish my desk earlier. Right. There's the little things I do. Sun Jammer is here. Good to see you. Hi all to the home of the Irish Skoda Owners Club. Yes. Grand. Now let me see. Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope you're well. Hemming Bird is here. She says, I got into trouble today for sharing the recipe for Indian flatbreads. I should have never signed that non-disclosure agreement. Do you ever have naan bread? It's actually all right, isn't it? Hemmingbird, good to see you. Now, let me see. We're over here, look. Sunjammer, lols. 3 in a row. Come on yourself. Trits4, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Martell is in the house. Welcome in. Zybok Doc calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're keeping very well. As well. Me throat is on the way out. Me voice is getting all terribly nice. I can sound like that guy. Right, we're going to have fun with this. But anyway, Rad Baron says, I'd be on a longer stream watch, but someone wants to stream at 6 bleeding a.m. on a Sunday morning. Ooh, Jesus. Who's that fella? Dread Met, is good to see you. You're very welcome in.
Jesus.
Muse Fan is here. Bursts in the door with his baby toe. He says, how he is, his mad jokes is...
Hello there.
Welcome in, Muse. Good to see you, my guy. Let me see now. Flyer10, welcome aboard. Jan Race is here. Dooner Bigsby. Welcome aboard, man. Good to see you. Howdy. Eamon 1973 is in the chat. Voicey is here. Welcome in. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce and wolfy. Welcome in, everybody. Now, sir, how did that gobshite get on the television? Says Sir Camsalot. Jesus. But yes, Balush Gaming. Welcome in, Balush. Jefferson 2001, the man, the myth, the legend, has graced us with his presence as he has entered the chat. He says, hey, I'm Earth and Fireflies. Jesus, how are yous? Yous fine bunch of yokes, yous. Jefferson is talking fluent. Muse fan. Brilliant. But yes, where are we at? Soaring AJ. AJH, man, you're very welcome in. Now, where are we at? We're over here. Sean Dale, good to see you. He says, welcome back, Murph. I hope your week has started so well and continues to get better every day. So do I. Cold feet, warm hands. I really enjoyed the Friday broadcast of your holiday recap. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Goblin Zeus is here. Good to see you. Zyback says, check. Indeed. Welcome in. Check. Was it check or check? That's how the polls say hello. I say hello. Hello. But yes, Daddy Plum says, evening, nice to see you back, Murph. Evening to you too. It's great to be back. Red Baron says, nice for Murph to be back on stream after representing Turkey at the Olympics from the 10-meter air pistol. Did you see your man? Did you? Right. I mean, do you know what I mean? That's That's just wearing a pair of jeans and like a shirt, and the other lads are in spandex. Right, brilliant. But yes, no Romans then, all Vikings. Well, not particularly. You see, there are some Roman artifacts found all across Poland. But yes, we'll get into some of that later. Good heavens, Murph, you're red. It can only get better. I'm positively tanned, lads. This is great news. It'll wear off quick, don't worry. I live in Ireland. Cy Murray is here. Good to see you. Sly Fox, welcome in. We're going to be on the Southeast Asian server. De Blaze, yes. The Pierogi gang, right? Muse fan says, I'm taking that as a compliment. It is a compliment. Where are we at now? Old Veteran 965. Scott, you're very welcome aboard. Scorpio 49 is here. He says, evening, Murph and all in chat. On a 5-stream streak. Scorpio's out streaking. Let's be honest about it. He's out there across north, south, County Dublin streaking. Right, because the weather's warm. But yes, where are we at now? We're over here. Will the C-130 be used in this series at some point? She's rugged and reliable too. It is, but it won't. No. I didn't go with the C-130. On the preview video at the start of the stream, that there the aircraft are flying on this series, but there's loads more stuff happening throughout the year, you know. Laura Mega, good to see you. It's 35 degrees in Kent, says Retriever Neil. It's fairly hot. I have a thermometer over... Who put that up? I have a thermometer over here. It got to 30 degrees in here. 30? Jesus, that's hot. But anyway, Low Viz, thank you very much indeed for the bits. You absolute gent. He says, Monday can suck it. Right, yes, take that Monday. 42 degrees with Old Veteran today. Jesus. The lovely Kaharia has rambled in. Hello, Kaharia. Hope you're keeping very well. Cyrus T has subscribed Tier 2 for 27 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. Hope you're well, man. Dougal McTavish, the chairman, has rambled in from his Vatsimage. He says, hello, boys and girls. Well, boys and girls, great to see you, Dougal. Hope you're keeping well. We're over here now. Jesus, naan is quite nice. It is. Just had the biggest Chinese meal in the world. Brilliant. Dougal's full of Chinese food. He can't move. Gaseous Maximus, welcome in. Flying Teapot, bonjour, welcome in. Right, we're over here now. Going to be eating leftovers. More lasagna from last night. It was so good. Oh, lasagna. Yeah, lasagna's good. Haven't had lasagna in ages. Purple Kona, thank you very much. Great to see you. Niels, welcome aboard. Hope you're well. Sub 42. Where did you go on vacation, Murph? Was the temperature gas mark 5? I went to France. It was 35 degrees at one stage. Yeah, shocking hot. It was lovely though. Rambog Mord, apparently the streak just continues. Wait, what? Rambog Mord is currently on a 125 stream streak. Jesus. Rambog, I'd say now, there's no cure for that. Like, that's it. You've officially become a part of me. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like, 125 consecutive streams. Jesus. I would go blind looking at Murphy and spandex, says Old Veteran. Thanks very much, Old Veteran. Tig Pot is here. He's watching us over on YouTube. Good to see you. The Giliotti is here. Welcome aboard. Tier 0, welcome in. Bartman is in the house. Mr. Anderson, good evening. Hope everyone's keeping well, lads. And thank you all for tuning in on both Twitch and YouTube. Sir William is here. He says, good afternoon from Florida in the United States. Hello from Tipperary. Hope you're well. US Air Force MedTech is here. Welcome aboard. He says hello from Florida as well. Jesus, I say it's hot in Florida. Really, it's hot in Florida. Right, you know, it's supposed to be hot in Florida. But anyway, we're over here. SK Sun, welcome in. Airwolf is here. PH Roy, hello, he says. Welcome in the oven called Europe. It's quite hot. Kahari, you were streaming yesterday. I was lurking. And when you started the stream, you were saying it was just roasting. Like proper roasting, right? What's going on? It's warmish here, but like it's not, you know. It's 21 or 22 degrees. But yes, Mr. Z Rider's in the house. Good to see you. Rambog will need therapy, right? How will Murphy dress in Providence? Many want to know. Who is he bringing with him? What is the dress code in Providence? I imagine you need some sort of a rain jacket. Do you know? Murph and spandex, that's a mental image I didn't need. Get a good long haired look of it now. Jesus, don't then, right? Murph, right. Let me see now. Jesus. Gherkenberg, welcome in. Doc Blues is in the house. Good to see you, Doc. Hope you're keeping well. Today was 35 degrees. Jesus. Super Typhon says slowly cooling off here at 25 degrees. Beat the Jesus, lad. It's proper hot, isn't it? Proper hot. Thanks for pressing that button, Scott. But anyway, shall we get started? The Caribou, the DHC-4 Caribou, as I said, built in the 50s. Interesting machine, this one. And it's not an aircraft I fly an awful lot. It's something that kind of, oh yeah, look at this. And then we kind of left it, right? So we'll ramble over here and have an old gawk. And we'll come to this screen. Hello, everyone. You're all welcome in. So here we have the Caribou, right? And as I said, it unofficially, I think it was built by Builds, but it has Builds all over it. I'm almost certain they put the logo in there just to make it look kind of fancy, you know? But I have to say, it is a very well put together aircraft. It's a little bit light on the systems, right? But in terms of its looks, they're very, very good. The sounds, they could probably do with a little bit of work on the sounds, I think, but it looks the part. And there is a bit of functionality here. I mean, you can open and close the cargo doors. And I think the modeling and texture work is excellent. It's very, very good looking, even though it's a mad looking plane, right? These things would have been fierce busy, or used quite a lot in Vietnam and places. Isn't it a mad looking machine, isn't it? It's absolutely mad looking, right? It's like something I'd make, do you know? Made by Orbex. It was made by, are you sure? Hang on. Because I'm almost certain I saw an Builds thing. Now, I could be very wrong. Or maybe that wasn't Builds. That's just like the mechanical stuff. Right, okay, so it was made by, was it though? Orbex, are you sure? Captain Sickbag is here, good to see you. We had a bad heat wave in France's Dread Menace. Yeah, it was proper hot. So we were there, it was like 35, and as we went up north, it chilled out a bit. But it was still friggin' roasting, you know? But anyway, look at the state of this thing. Look at the landing gear. I mean, do you know what I mean? It can land on anything, anywhere, at any time. And looking at the size of the gear, at any speed, right? And there's a nice bit of modelling done here as well. Like, we can get up into the landing gear bay. You can kind of see the struts and all the jazz doing the thing. And they are nicely modelled. Good detail on the wheels as well. One Fly Air, good to see you. Hope you're keeping very well. As we manoeuvre towards the rear of the aircraft, yes, we do have the ramp. It's operational, and there is an interior, which is awfully nice. Can't do much with it, but it looks the part. And as we can see here, it's configured for, I don't know, it's just a crew. There's the the gadgets to get vehicles off.
Hello there.
Hello there. Kanzui, good to see you. So it's done very, very well. Texturing, everything's done like very, very well. And then when you ramble inside into the cockpit, again, it's a very busy looking setup, this, isn't it? Like, Jesus, there's buttons everywhere, right? So this is our chariot for this evening, and of course built by de Havilland, Canadian company, and they've made some crackers over the years, and this is no exception. Absolutely no exception. So short field takeoff and landing, that's what this thing was designed for. Short takeoff and landing. It was designed for that. It was to get in and out of places, rugged terrain, no runways or unprepared runways. It was built to do that specific job. So that's the introduction. And well, let's see if we can actually fly the gadget, right? The scenery I'm using is from Gdańsk Design. The developer is Polish. And some of his Polish airports and the regions are done extremely well. This is Gdańsk. And in Gdańsk, like, there's other things going on. Like, there's trains here. There's interiors done. Bring up the sounds here a bit. And if you go into the hangar, right? Very, very reminiscent of what you'd see in Renton, right? In the Boeing places. Very good, right? Very, very good. Are there any Skodas? Jesus, then, that's a great question. Hang on. We're in Poland. There should be plenty of Skodas here. Hang on a second. Right. Honda, no, Tesla, Honda. Jesus, that's very fancy looking. Honda, what? Oh, wait, we found one. Ah, brilliant. There, friends, is a Skoda, and it's only gorgeous. There's a Skoda in the scenery. The scenery is the best scenery in the world. Brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it's a very highly detailed airport, and anything from Jezwecki or Jerezwecki, I don't know how to pronounce it. Well, you know you're getting top drawer stuff. These guys make some of the best scenery in the game. And when I say the game, I don't mean the simulator. I mean the flight simulation space. These lads make incredible stuff. You can see it. Brilliant, right? The white area is for... Oh, what was it? What was the thing out of airplane? No parking in the red area. The blue area, right? Isn't it done very, very well? So hats off to the developer. Extreme detail. And there's even moving trains and the devil knows what look. There's a man with a pixelated face, but it's highly detailed, right? Look at the hip thrust. Hey, Tommy here. Good to see you. Walking like a runaway model. Yeah, right? I did cycling yesterday in my local park and my brakes squealed as much as your Skoda. Oh, Jesus. The red and white zone. That's the one. That's the one. Danzig, Gdańsk. Is Murphy approved? Oh, Danzig. I heard of that. Can you hear that as well? Or is that just in my head? They were having a full-blown conversation. They didn't sound terribly Polish now, but sure, listen. Anyway, over to our aircraft and let's get the show on the road. So, I left us in this position. Now, to show us our flight plan, it's not a terribly big one tonight. Flight speed, 130 will do us. Nothing major, right? You all heard it? Brilliant. Sounds more like a bar. Well, you know, the red zone has always been for loading and unloading of passengers. There's never stopping in a white zone. Don't you tell me which zone is for loading and which zone is for stopping. That's the one, Muse fan. That's the one. Oh, brilliant. Hey, Bob O'Driscoll is here. Good to see you, Bob. B. Carlo has rambled in. Welcome in, fellas. Murphy, did you see my Skoda Roomster? I did, Sean. Beautiful car. Beautiful. Anyway, this is our plan. So from, Gdańsk, we're going to head down to this place, right? And Bydgoszcz, or Bydgoszcz. Bydgoszcz, it's pronounced, right? Try that now 10 times after a couple of pints. Bydgoszcz, right? So after Bydgoszcz, we're going to head down then to Poznan. Poznan is a famous place. When they played the football over here, Ireland had, they got on great in Poznan and Lublin. Great crack. Now, during this series, later on, we're going to be checking out Stalagluft 3. Because it was on the route that the lads took. Stalagluft 3, that's where the movie The Great Escape was based on, right? It was a German POW camp for Air Force. It was run by the Luftwaffe, and it was for mainly the Allied Air Force crews. So that's going to be somewhere along the trip. And then we're going to go to, I forget the name of it, but it's down this neck of the woods. It's down near Lake Bled, and it's a big skiing resort, and there's big hills there. And our plan is to see, can we get up or get down the hill? It'll be fun, right? We'll have a bit of crack with it. But that's all coming over the next couple of weeks. For now, we need to get ourselves from Gdańsk down to Bydgoszcz and then down into Poznan. Not terribly far, about 130 miles, 140 miles, give or take. And we got a one-stopper on the way. Right. So with that said, it is time to... Oh, there's a train, look. Moving trains. Murphy, you should fly the C-130. I was going to, but sure, listen. It'll be grand, Sir William. Isn't that an international airport? It is. And the wooden horse. Bled is beautiful. I flew there 5 times now. Bled looks incredible. Lake Bled is a place I want to take Mrs. Two-Tone to because it looks lovely. Right, shall we begin? Now, live weather and all the jazz. I turned off live weather, lads, because there's nothing really happening. It's clear blue skies, as you could have imagined. So I want a bit of scenery up on top. So I just went for, I think it was just a few clouds. That's all I did. And the time of day, we have her set good and early, just before 6 o'clock in the morning. You know. But yeah, Spice Bazaar, good to see you. Skoda and Dacia are best ever built in Europe. Well, you know. Skoda, yes. There are no... Skoda's the best. Murph, did you get the phone numbers of the 2 ladies? If not, name your price. Jesus. Right, so here we are. Welcome to the cockpit of the Caribou. A crew of 2, and, well, let's see what sort of hardship we can get ourselves into here now. So, a bit of familiarization. We have our engine controls, so throttle, prop, and mixture. We do have a gust lock. This will stop the movement of our throttle. As you can see, it won't go any further, so we'll need to disengage that. The landing gear is up here. Makes total sense. And you have an emergency brake, not modelled, doesn't work. We do have yokes, and you can remove the yokes if they're in the way. You have the beautiful de Havilland logoed squeaky pedals, and they look very, very nice. And what else do we have here now? So when it comes to kind of our controls, engine controls, we have our startup switches down here in the lower left. We have an oxygen system. We'll go ahead and turn on the oxygen. What else do we have here? Number of different lights. So they'll all be activated once we get some power into the aircraft. We have external lights located just here. In terms of navigation, it does feature a GPS unit, the Garmin GNS 430 basic, but this thing was designed pretty much ADF, VOR, all that sort of jazz, right? There's no autopilot, so trimming is going to be our absolute need for this one tonight. And as you can see, we have engine, manifold and RPM, oil pressure and fuel, temperatures, cylinder heads and carb air, and we can mess around with the carburetor temperatures as well. We have our jump controls, as in lights on or lights off. And as we move around behind us, we have another set of controls, and it's over on this panel here that we can get our no smoking and fasten your seatbelts. We can also activate the cargo doors by putting power into them and get these closed up. Very nice. Oh, thank you, old veteran. Brilliant. So we'll go ahead and get these doors closed. There is like a little partition door. You know what I'm saying? So there's nice options, nice clickable options, which is pretty cool and groovy, right? So with these closed, we're going to turn off these two switches and turn off the cargo door switch. Cabin lights we can set to green or white, just white, fair enough, and we'll leave those off. So we're going to start with the battery, lower left-hand side, battery master, and we can hear all our instruments starting to spin up. All our light switches are looking good. Our external lights are going to put on our anti-collision, our wing and tail light, also wing inspection light can come on here for the crank as well. Formation lights unfortunately don't work. We have DC power and we have our AC inverter, so it's on the main inverter and we can turn on our DC power once we get the engines up and running. Generators are offline at the moment. We have a rangefinder here, we can turn this on. So it's not picking up any route, it doesn't know where we're flying to, hence it's not going to give us ground speed, destination or waypoint or any of that jazz, right? So we shall see. Did you get to see the new Duster? The new Duster. What else do we have here? So while we're on the ground, we shall go standard and then local. So what are we getting here? We're getting 1013 it looks like. Fairly okay. And pull to cage, reset that. Auto feather, none of these seem to work, but we do have an engine fire test. We can go ahead and hit the detection. So you can see your two yellow lights are coming up. That's your fire warning. And you can feather the aircraft or feather the props, and you can also discharge the I think you can discharge the bottom or the bottles. Then you have your engine shut off, your fuel shut off valves. So that's if there's an engine fire, and it's not well, the fire isn't modelled, but it could happen. You have your landing gear indicator. The horn test doesn't seem to work, regardless of how long you keep the switch in the up position. Dacia 1300 best. Dacia. Oh, the Dacia Duster. Jesus. I saw a Sandero and said, good news. I don't know. I was looking at the Dacia Duster, because they're a little Jeep, but like, they're very soft. Do you know? Like, they're a tin car. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, we're going to get our oil dilution on the right and left engines. We're going to go and put the master starter switch to on. We're going to start priming the right engine. Moving up on top here, we're going to push our prop forward. We're going to put our mixture to full. And we're going to turn on our ignition system. And before we go any further, we're going to get away this gust lock. Make sure our throttle is free and moving, which it is. Parking brake is set and on. So it's going to be a startup on the engines. Now, the engine sounds on this, they're only meh. They're not bad, but they could be louder. You know what I mean? Who'll be this now? Shami, welcome in. Or Shamil, you're very welcome aboard. Right, so we're priming away on the right side, and we're going to go for an engine start. So we'll flick it up on the right. Fairly straightforward, nothing major. And get ourselves into this view for the startup of the other side. So we're going to prime the left and turn on the right side gens. We're getting voltage coming in, and we'll go for a start on the left side. They should be a lot louder. All sorts of coughing and let's have a listen to the sounds before we get going. Mind your ears now. Like, it's not terrible, but do you know what I mean? It needs a bit more kind of oomph. I think anyway, it needs a bit more oomph. But sure, listen, we won't hold that against it, lads. It'll be alright. Orbex and a Sobo. Yeah, I wasn't sure, lads, but listen, it's news to me, so let's go with it, right? Let's go with it. Now, there's one thing that's very impressive about this airplane. It's the flaps. They go to 40 degrees, right? So have a look at the size of these divils now. These are ridiculous, right? Look at the size of the flaps in this thing. The angle, 40 degrees, right? Look at the cut of it. They're freaking huge. Absolutely massive. They're not done yet. Look at that. They're absolutely massive. It's frightening. It looks like a propellerized Vulcan nearly. Look. Absolutely deadly. So flaps to take off, we're going to set to 10 degrees. And what else do we need to do here now? Go ahead and get the left generators on. So DC power is working well. What else do we need to do here now? Oxygen is running. Here's a little map. So we'll go in here and talk to this unit for a moment. And we'll set up a very basic flight plan. So let me see. Flight plan page. And let's start putting in some information. This is all powered by working title, which is brilliant. So our first waypoint is this one. Echo Papa Golf Delta. Gdańsk. Enter. Next up then is going to be Bydgoszcz Echo Papa Bravo Yankee. And our final stop of the night is going to be down to Poznan. And that's going to be Echo Papa Papa Oscar. Super duper. Alright, that's looking good to me. Flight plan is done. Acquiring satellites, that's all okay. No GPS position. It'll figure it out here now in a moment. We're going to just use that as a reference point. In terms then of transponder's up here. So currently set to 1200. I think it's 7000 in Poland, isn't it? Up the road you go. Here we go. 7000. Altitude mode. The rest comes down to your radio navigation, VNA or VHF frequencies, mainly for VOR and so on. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. You know there is no autopilot, correct? There's a video of one taking off, nose wheel only, really neat. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Right. None of that works. This works, as in your, 1248.5 comm radio. That's fairly okay. What else do we need to do here now? Windscreen wipers, not modelled. Come down to here. We'll get the master start switch off. We're finished with our primers. Vent doors can't play with them either. What else do we have here now? We have radar altitude. Stall warning test. Check the left. Check the right. That's okay. Let me see here now. Usable fuel. Pumps. Can't do anything with those. De-icing. Pitot heat will turn on. Prop don't need to worry about that. The outer boots don't need to worry about those. Booster pumps, we do have them. They should have been on for engine start, for sure it's grand. Then we have our usable fuel, both tanks on the left or both tanks on the right, or you can turn them off. And we can see our fuel quantity here. Again, there's two buttons. It doesn't take much to code them, but they weren't done. Right? But anyway, the Flow Pro works with the Caribou. Not for me, Goblin Zeus. Not for me. But anyway, we'll see how we go. What else we need to do here now? I think we're looking good. We're looking good. So, landing lights, I suppose, they're the next job we're going to do. They live up here, I think. They do. So we'll go on. Flaps are already set. This is where our carb heat and our ram air looks to be. We have dome lightage. Leave that off. And other stuff in the back. It looks very nice, but you can't really do much with it. It just looks nice. And as I say, we can close that little sliding door as well. Alrighty, so what we're going to do, brakes off, and we're going to start rambling forward here. So a bit of power. We'll do a flight control test. Full forward, full rear, full left, full right, rudder left, rudder right. Bit of power coming in, we're going to test the brakes. Hey Speed, good to see you. There's a roll. Brakes are working, so we continue on. We'll ramble out over this side. Beautiful scenery, isn't it? So once we get up and running here, we'll get multiplayer turned on. Because I'm dying to see what you guys brought to fly this evening, right? Now, which way do we want to go? We can go down here to the right, or we can go to the left. I reckon the left. We'll spin a Rooney to the left here, lads, right? Left, not right. So yeah, the DHC-4, the Caribou. I've only flown this once, I think, on a stream. And I was like, how in the hell, how did that happen? Do you know what I mean? But we'll see how we go there now, right? So far, so good. We'll learn a bit more about the aircraft and its development, and we'll learn a bit more about Poland, of course, as we move on. Can you open the window even? No? Oxygen hose. Can't open the window either. There's like a lot of missed opportunities with this aircraft. I mean, it's nice. It could be so much better. You know what I mean? Like, it's a beautiful aircraft. Bought the Turbine Duke. Oh, you brought the Turbine Duke. Great plane. Great plane, Energizer. Alright, watch our speed here as we're moving along. A couple of different view spots in the aircraft. Not too shabby. Man, look at those exhausts. They're absolutely huge, look. Look at them. Massive. What a mad looking machine. Now, we don't need an awful lot of runway, so we're going to use this one. The Duke is spot on. The Duke is great. The Duke is one of the best aircraft in the sim. Alright, as we're approaching the runway, we're walking, talking, I'm squawking. Get ourselves lined up here. So we'll take off, circle around a few laps, just to make sure everyone's up and running. And then we'll start heading out on our merry way. Man, look at the runway slope here. Isn't that awesome looking? Savage. Right, so multiplayer, let's be having it. And let's see what's going to happen. Okay. Power coming in. Who's in charge? You haven't a clue what you're doing. Off the brakes. And let's go flying. Airspeed alive. There's 60. There's 70. There's 80. She'll fly at that. Oh, there's a starter already.
Now to the refund.
No refunds. Positive rate of climb. Bring the gear in. Beautiful.
Jesus.
Hey, following up, good to see you. Ahoy, epic trailer for the new series, loved it. Oh, thanks very much, man. Only took me about 8 hours. 8 hours work for like a 2-minute video. You know what I'm like. Okay, our radar altimeter is working. Airspeed is looking good. Nice climb out. We're going to swing around to the right-hand side, and we'll head out over Gdańsk. Well, as I said, we'll do a couple of laps at the airfield. So we're climbing nicely. Start bringing that power back into the green. Easy now. Now it's all about getting our trim set up. She's a little bit of a devil to trim. Jason, look out for that obstacle over there. Look, there's a big... Jesus, look at the obstacle. That's mad looking. Right, we'll get this Rambog wheel turned on. We're looking good. Now, because I don't have an autopilot, I need to add in some aileron trim and maybe a smidgen of rudder trim as well. That's kind of, hands off, we're kind of doing okay. Right, so what we're going to do now, sports fans, if you're currently flying along with us on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're here because it's Monday night, and sure, let's be honest, there was nothing on the telly, will you press number 3? Hello, Fireflies. Welcome to the Flying Circus. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1900 Zulu time, right here. All right. Right, it's doing a thing, isn't it? It looks the part. Now, Jesus, me trim. Put the nose down now a little bit more. Easy, does it?
Jesus.
Easy, easy. So speed is okay, quite manageable. We'll see what happens. Hey, In a Box Man is here. Good to see you. Jesus, 4 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. I hope you're well. You join us here flying over Gdańsk in Poland. And we've just started a brand new Monday night series. All pilots welcome. Come on in for the ramble. And sure, we'll see what trouble we can get ourselves into. So as we're circling a fairly wide wheel arch now, there's Dooner. I can see Dragon over there, flying Teapot, looking well. And well, behind us, we've a ton of folks with us. There's Wombat, Nighthawk, Airwolf, Sunjammer, Emilian is there. I see a Muse fan, Medtech, Dublin 18 is with us, Vacuum, Captain Tossalot, or Barshetta. There's tons. Airwolf, thank you very much indeed. Jesus, 28 months with Prime. Thank you very, very much indeed, man. Hope you're well. So, you know, so far, we're not too bad, lads. We're not too bad. You do miss autopilot, but it's all about getting the trimming right. Which is actually a good challenge, because in the real world, I mean, trimming is what it's all about. And it's far easier to trim an aircraft in the real world because we can feel it. You know what I mean? With our controls, actually I must ask Ali that, because she has the new force feedback one. But with our controls, right, we have to trim based on, we want the controls to go back to the center position. In a real aircraft, you trim it so that the controls stop moving forward and backwards, you know what I mean? And to an extent, a bit of aileron or rudder trim if you have them. A lot of the smaller general aviation aircraft, a lot of them you have to set the trim before you take off. So that's where your weight and balance comes in. But this sort of a machine, well, there's plenty of trim or trimming options. So we're going all right. You've rudder trim up here, you've elevator trim, you've all the bells and whistles. So we're about to head down over Gdańsk. Now, unfortunately, there's no photogrammetry here from what I can remember, but it's nice. Forza has an 11.6 gig update. Jesus. I was today years old when I realised this thing doesn't have an autopilot. Vasali, I've flown mainly Cessna 172s. I flew a Cessna 182. I flew a Comanche. I flew a PA-28. I flew... Jesus. I flew a Warrior. What's that? PA-1... What was the Warrior again? PA-161 or was it 141? It was the 140 horsepower. Wouldn't pull you out of bed. Oh, there's a C-160. Beautiful. C-160, C-130. Awesome. Awesome aircraft. This thing came long before them. Look at that. Crazer. No, Quasi-Archer, Quasar. Quasi-Archer is in the Sky Van. Mad looking yoke. Really curious. I'm using right now the Flow Autopilot, working for Alt, Heading, Nav and GPS. Well, let's go in and have a look, shall we? Autopilot. Negative. Am I missing a switch? Is there an autopilot master switch? Huh. Oh, hang on. We've no amps in our DC. Why is that? That's a problem. Or maybe the amps are just low. I'm not using any power. That's straight. They seem way too low. 20 amps? There's a mod that works. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? Like, I wonder, is there a switch somewhere I forgot to press? You know me, like, it wouldn't be like me if I forgot to do something important. Do you know what I mean? I don't see any clickety spotty buttons. Nah. Nothing. Zip, nada, nothing. Or shall I listen, it'll be grand, lads, it'll be grand. So, Poznan. Number of football stadiums here because of the World Cup some years ago. You could say it's time to amp it up. Epic Fool is here, good to see you, man. The GTN 750 autopilot works also. Ooh, good call. That's the PMS one, isn't it? How do we do this now? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Power is off. Alright, give it a second. Initializing the system. This could be great news altogether. Let's see what happens here, friends. Shunk. Come leg or I'll drag you. How do you move the gadget? Right, let's put it up here out of the way. And crunch. And utilities? No. System? No. Services? No. Why is the autopilot grayed out? Hey, Patrick is here. Good to see you, Patrick. Welcome in. Look, the autopilot gadget isn't lit up. Why is that now? Huh. Utilities, right? ATC I have. That's so strange. I'm forgetting you forgot to push something. Probably. Why is the autopilot grayed out? Which multiplayer server? We're on the Southeast Asian server. Southeast Asia. Watch your trim here again now, Murph. That's really strange, lads, isn't it? Oh, hang on now. GTN 650. I don't know what it's all about. Weird, eh? I mean, that's proper strange. There's probably a, yeah, there probably is a download for it. Okay, not to worry. We'll deactivate this gadget. Thanks for playing. Let's see here now. And Interface. Disable. And we should be back to normal. Also, did you see the new what's it called? Airshow Assistant version 3. This is the paid version. 100%. Anyways, we won't worry. Where are we going? We're turning, yeah, we'll go, keep turning, a slight right turn here. Wow, look at that. Jesus, the amount of aircraft.
Hello there.
Hello there. DJ, good to see you. Ah, Larry is here. Welcome in, Larry. I'll check that out the next day. Anyway, you don't need autopilot. If we do this right, we won't need it. Famous last words. It's very dark in here. Can I not do something here with the lightage? I suppose we can turn on this big light. Let there be light. That made it moderately better, right? Moderately better. But yeah, it's all about seeing how we can trim up the aircraft ourselves, right? So, but there's a flanker. Jesus VZ. I tried to fly that earlier on, along with the F-35. It's been a while. It's been a long while. Right, so we'll keep circling around here to the right. Then we're going to rejoin our magenta line, and we're going to head down then to our first stop of the night. This is kind of pretty looking, isn't it? Caribous. What is a caribou? It's a type of moose or something, isn't it? Like the real one, you know, the animal. Right, trimmage. A caribou is like a type of moose. It's a moose. How do you know that? Ah, it was in the Polar Express. The Polar Express, right? Now, Jesus, what are we doing? Bit of trimmage. More trimmage. There we go. And bit of lefty. Bit of downy. Wait now. Get ourselves into level flight. It looks more like a deer. Caribou is French for moose. It's a great movie. Different animals though. Yeah, the Polar Express. All aboard. Tom Hanks, isn't he a legend? French term caribou. Moose or reindeer, they're in the same family. Are they? Moose. I thought it was like a deer. But they are now. We've all learned something together. Reindeer. Right, we have a teeny tiny kind of left pull here, but we're going all right. Right, what are we going to learn about? We'll start off with Poland, right? Fascinating place. So, officially known as the Republic of Poland, a country in Central Europe, Poland is divided into 16 different provinces. It's the 5th most populous country in Europe, with a population of just over 39 million. They used to have 70 million, but the rest of them came to Ireland. I'm only messing. We have a massive Polish population in Ireland. Massive. Was it like something like 400,000 Polish folks here? Right? Mad. Anyway, member state of the European Union, and it's the 7th largest EU country, covering a combined area of some 120,000 square miles. It extends from the Baltic Sea to in the north, down to the Sudetes and Carpathian Mountains in the south, and it borders 7 countries. The territory is characterised by a varied landscape, diverse ecosystem, temperate transitional climate, and the capital and largest city is Warsaw, and other major cities include Krakow, Warsaw, Lodz, Poznan and Gdańsk. Humans have been present on Polish soil since the lower Paleolithic period, with continuous settlement since the end of the last glacial period, some 12,000 years ago. Right? Who made this up? Continuous settlement 12,000 years. Culturally diverse throughout late antiquity, and in the early medieval period, the region became inhabited by the tribal Polans, who gave Poland its name. The process of establishing statehood coincided with the conversion to a pagan ruler of the Polans to Christianity under the auspices of the Roman Catholic Church in 966. Subsequent territorial expansion led to the creation of the Kingdom of Poland in 1025. By the mid-14th century, Poland became a major European power and began gradually integrating with Lithuania, resulting in the formation of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth in 1569. For the next 2 centuries, the Commonwealth was one of the great powers of Europe, governed by a uniquely liberal political system that adopted Europe's first modern constitution in 1791. What? Mrs. TPHI, good to see you. Squawk says, pronunciation tip, the L with a line through it is pronounced as though it was a W. Come on yourself, Squawk Talk. Brilliant. So, Warqua. Would it be? Anyway, with the passing of the Renaissance and the prosperous Polish Golden Age in the late 16th century, Poland-Lithuania was weakened by social and political turmoil that led to its partition by neighbouring states at the end of the 18th century. Then, as you can imagine, that sort of a timeline, lads, well, things got absolutely friggin' nuts, so they did. Left turn here, fellas. Left turn. We're turning left. Jesus, look at the scenery. There's Mr. Tommy flying with us, look. Did you forget your baggage this time? Well, to be fair, he didn't forget his baggage. The airline did. Jesus, look at the countryside down here. Isn't it gorgeous? All the trees, man. This is beautiful looking. Jesus. It is terribly flat, but it's very nice looking. It's beautiful. Right, let's get ourselves on the straight and narrow. Easy now. So we roll out at a heading of roughly 186, give or take. Easy. 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 So there's 180. So left a bit, Murph. There we go. Right a bit. And there we go. Watch your trimmage. Easy. Easy. Straighten up a bit. And I'd say we're kind of good at that. What do you reckon, lads? That's fairly trimmed, isn't it? Yes, Murph, you're an absolute genius. Your trimming has no bounds. Right? Caribou and reindeer from the same animal family. Wait, what? The term caribou is a French name in Canada. In Europe, we call it Rene. Was it? The winged hussars, they're the one. The Royal Australian Air Force flew these a lot in Papua New Guinea into tiny mountain airstrips, says 98 Vulcan. Jesus. And we're still kind of leaning left a bit, so we need to kind of ramble right a bit. And then retrim. Okay, 4,500 feet. We're going okay, lads. Weather's looking good. Time of day is looking good. It's all looking terribly good. Anyway, at the end of the 18th century, Poland regained its independence at the end of the First World War, with the founding of the Second Polish Republic. However, September 1939, the invasion of Poland by Germany and the Soviet Union marked the beginning of the Second World War, which resulted, of course, with the Holocaust and millions of Polish casualties. Forced into the Eastern Bloc during the global Cold War, the Polish People's Republic was a founding signatory of the Warsaw Pact. Through the emergence and continuations or contributions of the Solidarity movement, the communist government was dissolved and Poland re-established itself as a democratic state in 1989. Right? Jesus. Poland is a unitary parliamentary republic. The country is considered a middle power with a developed market and high income economy. It's the 6th largest in the EU by nominal GDP. So some of the history, right? The first Stone Age, archaic humans and Homo erectus species settled what was to be later become Poland some 500,000 years ago, though the ensuing hostile climate prevented early humans from founding more permanent encampments. Jesus, they were in Poland a long old time, weren't they? Right, how's our trim looking here, lads? We're going up a little bit. Nose down. Yes. And I'd say we're kind of good at that, are we? Do. Once we're not kind of rocking and rolling, I think we're going okay. There's a bit of wind pushing us, but we're grand. It's amazing how similar planes are to boats. You have to let them do the thing. Muse fan had a CTD, I don't believe you. Jesus, Muse, when was the last time you had one of them? Some of the best pilots in World War II were Polish. Yep, the Polish have been down trodden for centuries, they always get a bad deal. They do. They do. But yet they always manage to come back into it. Quite a resilient bunch. Right. The period spanning the Bronze Age and the early Iron Age was marked by an increase in population density. And then throughout antiquity, many distinct ancient populations inhabited the territory of present-day Poland, notably the Celts, Scythian, Germanic, Sarmatian, Baltic and Slavic tribes. Furthermore, archaeological findings confirm the presence of Roman legions sent to protect the amber trade. Polish tribes emerged following the second wave of the migration period in and around the 6th century AD. There's also archaeological finds of longboats, Viking longboats, and the Poles themselves, Jesus, the noise of that jet, the Poles themselves took part in some of the old Viking raiding themselves, right? The Kingdom of Poland, well, it formed into a recognisable unitary and territorial entity in and around the middle of the 10th century, under the Piast dynasty. Ruler of the Polands, Mieszko I accepted Christianity under the Roman Church with the baptism of Poland, and a missionary was established in Poznan. There you go. The country's early origins were described as Gallus Anonymous in the Gesta Principum Polonarum, or English Murph, Polonorum. That was the oldest Polish chronicle. The transition then in Poland from paganism was not instantaneous and resulted in the pagan reaction in the 1030s. Jesus, all mad stuff happened in the Middle Ages. Jump on a couple of hundred years, the 16th century saw the Protestant Reformation movements making deep inroads into Polish Christianity, which resulted in the establishment of policies promoting religious tolerance under a unique European, or it was unique in Europe at that time. So the Poles are like, think about it, right? For a country that has so much history and it got, like, as we say, the doormat of Europe. Everyone's been through the place. Mad stuff. Here's a country that it experienced what every other country had, only Poland experienced it long before most others. Kind of fascinating. The Polish and Lithuanian Commonwealth, and then you had the Second Polish Republic, which ran from 1918 to 1939. Then, of course, the Second World War, the invasion of Poland. It was bows and arrows against heavy artillery, effectively. I mean, the Poles, they weren't fully equipped. They did have some mechanised infantry, a couple of tanks, but they couldn't stop what the Germans threw at them. They did fight valiantly, though. Hard fighters, very hard fighters. In actual fact, a lot of Polish soldiers got out of Poland and made their way to England, because the Polish Brigade were part of the Allied invasion force, and also the Polish Brigade took part in Operation Market Garden, or at least they were supposed to. Didn't Turin break Enigma? He did. Right, we're flying all right. Speed, we're doing 140 indicated. It's probably about 130 over the ground. We're cruising nicely here, though, lads. Look at the countryside. Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh,
absolutely stunning. Hey, Speedy, good to see you. But yeah, so the Polish troops played a very important role in Normandy, the Italian and North African campaigns, along with the Netherlands. They're particularly remembered for the Battle of Britain and the Battle of Monte Cassino. Polish intelligence operatives proved extremely valuable to the Allies, providing much of the intelligence from Europe and beyond. Polish codebreakers were responsible for cracking the Enigma cipher, the early one, before they put a fourth gadget on it, yeah? And Polish scientists participating in the Manhattan Project were also co-creators of the American atomic bomb. Right? So, anyone who's interested in Enigma, the earlier Enigma machines had, I think it was 3 gears in it. Then they added a 4th one. And overnight, the codes were shagged. Any sort of code breaking, it was shagged. And then Alan Turing, of course, went off and he built, what did he call it? He named this machine anyway. It was basically the computer. So we can thank Alan Turing for that. And, yeah. Mad, right? A Bridge Too Far, great movie. Great movie is that, Mongo. Great movie. Right, we're doing okay here. Now, post-war communism, at the insistence of Joseph Stalin, the Yalta Conference sanctioned the formation of a new provisional pro-communist coalition government in Moscow, which ignored the Polish government in exile based in London. This action angered many Poles who considered it a betrayal by the Allies, and in 1944 Stalin had made guarantees to Churchill and Roosevelt that he would remain Poland's sovereignty and allow democratic elections to take place. However, upon achieving victory in 1945, the elections organised by the occupying Soviet authorities were falsified, and communism took over. Jesus. Despite widespread objections, the new Polish government accepted the Soviet annexation of the pre-war eastern regions, in particular the cities of Wilno and Lwów, and agreed to a permanent garrisoning of the Red Army units on Polish territory. Military alignment within the Warsaw Pact throughout the Cold War came about as a direct result of the change in Poland's political culture. In the European scene, it came to characterise the fully fledged integration of Poland into the brotherhood of communist nations. Crikey, the weather has turned mad. The Imitation Game. That's a great movie as well. Colossus was to break the Lawrence machine. Ah, right. Frankie Sass says, is what you were showing on Flow an add-on or is a part of Flow? It's an add-on for Flow, Frankie. If you type in !wheel, this pilot over by yonder, Ranbog Mord, who's a genius. Sometimes he creates gravity with his genius. He created this. It's based on, I think it's Garmin who have them. I was inspired. I mean, I asked Rambog, hey, can you make a gadget? I saw it on Steve-O1 Knievo's YouTube videos, and it's Garmin or GoPro or something. It's really, really good. !wheel. Put it into the chat. It'll bring you a link, and do be sure to give Rambog Mord a big shout out and say, good man yourself. So I'll type in wheel for you there. Follow that link, and you can grab it. Awesome sauce. Think it's GoPro? You think it is GoPro? Yeah, I think it is GoPro. It's class though. But Rambog has done many things because he showed the nearest airport, your current heading, and the wind. The wind direction and the speed, the server that you're on, altitude and speed, and then your heading and direction. It's very, very good. I love that widget. It's awesome. It is awesome. Is it big enough on the screen, lads, or is it very hard to read? What's them numbers? Right, you have to squint looking at it. But anyway. The Third Polish Republic, a shock therapy program initiated by Lech Balshevitz, Bolshevitz, in the 1990s, enabled the country to transform its Soviet-style planned economy into a market economy. As with other post-communist countries, Poland suffered temporary declines in social, economic and living standards, but it became the first post-communist country to reach its pre-1989 GDP levels as early as 1995. However, the unemployment rate had increased. Poland became a member of the Visegrad Group in 1991, later joined NATO in 1999, and then Poles then voted to join the European Union in a referendum in June 2003, and Poland became a full member on the 1st of May 2004. Poland joined the Schengen Agreement, or the area, in 2007, and they're doing their thing. The climate, very hot in the summer, positively freezing in the winter, loads of snow. That's pretty much kind of... Look at the state of this, lads. You talk about scenery. Look at the cut of that. The Morsky Oko Alpine Lake in the Tatra Mountains. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous looking? The state of it. The absolute cutting state of it. Right now. Cutting state of it. Cutting. I said cutting. For anyone saying... Did Murph just say cutting? Right. It's stunning. Right. Stunning. But anyway. Biodiversity. Government and politics. Meh. Military, Polish Air Force operate F-16s amongst other aircraft. It's 14th in the world in terms of military expenditure. The company allocates just under 4% of the total GDP. That's some $31.6 billion. Jesus. Compulsory military service for men who previously had to serve for 9 months was discontinued in 2008 However, due to the recent unpleasantness in Ukraine, I do believe that has started up once again. There's a lot of Polish lads who drive where I work. They're drivers, like nice bunch of lads. But yeah, what a beautiful country. I'd love to visit Poland. Has anyone in the chat been to Poland? Is anyone Polish? Don't forget, John Paul II. Wasn't he born in Poland? He was born as Karol Wojtyła, held the papacy between 1978 and 2005. The first pope to become a Roman Catholic pope. The first Pole. Jesus, how John Paul II look? I'd like to visit Warsaw. I was born in Poland, Speedy. Oh, nice. Speed NYC, nice. I visited Poland. A Polish Pope, Ted. It should have been Jack. I've been a few times. Lovely place, Tier 0. I've tons of Polish co-workers. I've a baby frog that's a tadpole. Very good. John Paul II, a great bunch of lads. Wasn't he shot, lads? Didn't he get shot during his... I was going to say during his reign, but during his tenure. Wasn't he shot, the devil? My geography teacher was Polish. Daughter-in-law is half Polish, says Scorpio. There you are. PHRI visited Auschwitz. Heavy place. Jesus, I can imagine, dude. I can imagine. Polish sausages. They have a name for them. Polish sausages. You get them in Lidl or Lidl, whatever they call it. You know the one. We're going to Lidl. No, where? We're going to Lidl. All right. What do we do at Lidl? We go down the middle aisle to see what sort of crap we can buy ourselves. Usually skiing costumes or garden furniture. Right. My grandma came from Silesia and spoke Polish fluently. Sadly, she didn't teach us. Ah, schnars. Sunjammer says, Auschwitz, you need to build yourself up to visit the place. I can imagine. Hello, Dom. Good to see you. Thank you for the follow. Question, go ahead. My mate's daughter, a pole dancer, if that counts. That counts? That counts, Eamon. Rixie says, yeah, I've been to Auschwitz when I was at school. If you haven't done the tour, do it. Have you ever flew into Kilo? Where is that? That sounds interesting. Hang on now. Is it in Texas? Tucson International. So I want to say we have. Because we've flown quite a bit up around Sedona and also Falcon Field. So I imagine we have. Beautiful place though, Dom. Beautiful place. Yeah, the feeling visiting Auschwitz is unlike anything else. Really heavy, says Rambog. I can only imagine, lads. Only imagine. A little bit to the right here, Murph. Nearly our first stop now, lads. Speedy, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? I've been more into visiting battlefields rather than the camps. Yeah, well, it's all part of it, isn't it? I wanted to visit this place. Also visited Bergen-Belsen and Camp Westerbork. Jesus. I don't know how I beat it. Like, I mean, I remember we went. They had a Holocaust exhibition in the Imperial War Museum in London. That is heavy going. Like, it is heavy going. Frightening. So Tucson Airport, interesting. So we continue on here, and we'll be landing in about 10 or 15 minutes. Look at the state of this, though. Jesus. Beautiful Canadian colours. There's Grumpy Martin out there in an owl Epsilon. There's a few days at the end of July, you can imagine. Piece of history that you need to visit. Yeah. There's MedTech and another Caribou. Aren't they a nice looking machine? They are so very unique, aren't they? I mean, look at the wing design. There's a name for that. They go down and then they go across. It's almost like an upside down version of what the Stuka had. Scary Wolf is in the Kodiak. Or Airwolf, I beg your pardon. Airwolf, how is the Kodiak flying? I haven't flown the Kodiak in quite some time. Do you know what I've fallen in love with again? And you might think I'm mad. Well, I am mad. But I've been really enjoying flying the Twin Otter. A gull wing, that's the one. You did the highest mountain in Poland? Ooh, nice. Yeah, I've been flying the Twin Otter quite a bit. And you know, it's actually alright. It behaves. Oh, good man, Muse fan. Thanks for that. Haven't flown the Otter in ages. Yeah, it's nuts, right? So, where is it now? I put out a now screenshot up on X or Twitter, right? And there's a beautiful, there's a number of liveries for it, but there's a stunning livery on flightsim.to. Look at this, look at the cut of that, lads. Isn't that gorgeous looking? US Naval Research Laboratory. Isn't it class? We're going to fly this machine on Friday night. Not the US Naval Research. We're taking the cargo variant of the Twin Otter. And I just got interested in the Twin Otter because I know the Air Corps, or the Guards, they're getting one. So, the Twin Otter is going to be part of flights in 2024. Marie Curie, one of the greatest scientists in France and world, was Polish. She was Goblin Zeus. She was born in Poland, lived in France, and she discovered uranium, I think, wasn't it? What a terrible thing to find out, because, well, it ultimately killed her. Radiation poisoning. Radium, yeah, uranium or radium. So, yeah, something like that. Marie Curie. It has a very aesthetic appeal, doesn't it, Ascari? Radium and polonium, yeah, that's the one. Chox loves the Twatter, quite often fly from Exeter to the Isle of Sicily, or the Isle of Scilly, and to the IOS Skybus route. Nice one, Chox. And her husband, that's right, yeah. They got a bad old knockout as riot. Veezy, you're doing great work in that flanker. Von Johnster is in a DC-6, look at that state. Beautiful. What was the DHC-3, lads? A DHC-2 was the Beaver. DHC-4 was the Caribou. DHC-6 is the Twin Otter. What was a DHC-5 and a DHC-3? Oh, just an Otter. Ah, right. Well, that explains it. It was just the Otter. So what was the DHC-5? Is there such a thing? Poles were awarded 19 Nobel Prizes. What? Oh, the Buffalo. The Buffalo, yes. Did you ever see the Buffalo?
Hello there.
DHC 5. Buffalo. Didn't they use these as firefighters? Yeah, they did. Here be the DHC 5 Buffalo. Not unlike the Caribou. Jesus, that's Saudi, is it? Or Iraqi? Egyptian Air Force, Jesus. Jesus. The NASA Boeing quiet NASA, what were they thinking? Jet engines, lads. How nuts is that? Prototype Buffalo exhibited at the 1965 Paris Air Show. Yeah, that's kind of cool looking, isn't it? Hey, Sheddy Mentor, good to see you. Marie Curie was the first woman to get a Nobel Prize. Really? Basically a turbine T-tail DHC-4. I agree. It's nice though, isn't it? We don't have one of them in the sim at all. At all. I would like one. I think they're nice. Now, we're going to learn about this aircraft now in a few moments. That's kind of the next part of our trip. Did anyone actually watch the Grand Tour Eurocrash? Because that's the route we're inspired by, if you like. Mach 2.32, easy. Nose down without wings. Do you see the jets in that thing? Friggin' nuts. They got replaced by the CC-295. Ooh. That and the C-141 Starlifter. Jesus. You just know your planes, lads. This is some beautiful flying here, lads. Here's Muse back in the sky. There's Vezi. Airwolf. Grumpy Martin, Angels 1-5. There's a nice kind of a spread there. I like that. Mr. Tommy still ahead. Yeah, we're looking good. What's the old fly past sound like? There's a very large jet there. That flanker is absolutely roaring by. Right, mind your ears, lads. We'll do one of these, will we? The noise of that thing! Jesus. Right, where are we going? Straighten up a little bit. Down to the left a bit. Shetty Mentor is with you. With you! That was loud, right? The planes are my addiction. Planes are awesome. Aviation is just class, isn't it? Whether you're taking part in flight simulation or just plane watching or just reading about them or learning them. Just, like, class. Absolutely class. Right, easy does it now, Murph. Easy does it. So we're heading to Bydgoszcz, it's called. That's our first stop of the night. And the airport ICAO is Echo Papa Bravo Yankee. Let's go in and have a quick preview of the airport before we get there. Yes. Runway 26 is what we're going for. Oh look, we can, head to the left actually. We fly out. We'll pick up the river and then fly in. How's that for a plan? Let us do the thing with the yoke. Where's the river? Scene! Out to the left we go. Jesus, it's like the airdrop we're doing, isn't it? Look at all these big planes. Look at our spacing as well. This is phenomenal looking. This is deadly looking. Right, we'll ramble over this way to see what we can see, right? I'm gonna play some music as we get across. What does Oh, we'll do this one. Yes! It's toe tapping time. Look at the state of those two. Brilliant. Absolutely savage. Oh, Jesus, then there's a bridge. Right.
Hello there.
Don't panic now, lads. But we're going to try and get ourselves under the bridge. I mean, what could possibly go wrong here? You know what I'm saying? We're looking good. Shh, shh, shh. We're not looking good at all. Shh. Ah, Jesus. I've broken it. I've proper. Shh. Shh. Say nothing. You saw nothing. It's grand. Sweet lamb is suffering. Jesus. Are we alive? We'll do it again.
Hang on to your hat, boys.
Take two. Now we're looking better, lads. It's all coming together. Sweet lamb of Jesus. There's cars driving on the water. Yeah, baby. First time in everything. Did you see it? We had first time. Ah, brilliant.
Get me out of this.
Yep. We did it first time and it was absolutely magical. Christ. Now, wait, where are we? Oh, we're over here, look. Yes. Turning right here. That's how we find the airport. Just turn right. I see flashy lights in the distance. Bydgoszcz. More like Bydgoszcz. It's nice, isn't it? Again, there's no photogrammetry, but listen. We do have some buildings, which is nice. And a huge power plant. Right, we're going to take it in here for a nice... Jesus, a nice, gentle, soft landing. There's a twin. What's that now? Oh, it's a twin otter by Sebevo. Nice. Jesus, Scotty's having great fun in the flanker. Right, here we are, approaching our first stop of the night, ladies and gentlemen. I know you clipped it. Don't clip things like that. Fake news. Right, deploy the landing gear. Let us watch the legs. The legs. The landing legs. The animations. Jesus, look at the legs in that. Mind your man. Jesus. Right, it's grand. Nothing to worry about here at all, lads. Prop full. Start throwing in some flaps. Mind your height. Crikey, there's Bydgoszcz. No, Bydgoszcz. Jeez, it looks lovely, doesn't it? 20 degrees flaps. Keep her going. 30 degrees. 40 degrees, full flaps. We're barely moving. This is going to be brilliant. And who said this was not going to be easy? Can't believe it crashed. Look at this. The city's beautiful. Right, easy does it now. Jesus, all the planes landing. Our first stop of the night. How are we going for time? Jesus, we're not so bad. Easy. Easy. 84 knot speed is good. Gear down, flaps down, power set. Mixture is rich, prop is full. Let's see what happens. Goblin Zeus, you take care, my dude. Easy. Easy. Runway 03 was interesting. It was grass. Oh dear. Easy. Easy does it. We're stable. Start bringing that power back. Hold the nose. Watching the flare. Easy. Jesus, we nearly stopped. Touchdown! 163. We'll take every bit of it. Reverse. Alright. Look at the stopping it. I didn't even touch the brakes yet. Savage. Alright, take it out of that gadget. That's the wrong button completely. Easy. That's how you break the engines, Murphy. Hang a left here. Oh, look, it's an ATR there. Beautiful. Say intentions just gave you a number to call. Brilliant. Ah, Jesus, lads, you're looking absolutely fantastic, huh? Fantastic. Right, let's ramble over this way. Check your fuel. We're going to head to our second stop of the night. Heading down to Poznan next. On this leg, we'll learn a little bit more about the about this aircraft. Again, this is another Bydgoszcz design scenery. Really nice. Ecor, yep. Make sure to visit Krakow.
Going the wrong way.
Very old city, trading hub for centuries, former royal residence. They have amazing local dishes and restaurants that look like mansions with multiple dining rooms. So nice. Ecor, good to see it. I think it's pronounced Poznan. Is it? Not Poznan? Poznan? We're going to that place. Oh, Jesus, there's a stutter. Nicely done, lads. I love the way y'all line up. It's absolutely class looking. When did we start doing that? Bloody hell, the noise of those jets. Right, flaps in. How are we going for fuel? Aha! Fuel quantity. Sure, we're laughing. Half a tank. Have a look at the pic I tagged you on Discord under the Bremen bar, says Briggsy. Oh, nice. Like Warsaw is pronounced Wroclaw. Wroclaw. Oh, not Warsaw. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Squawk! You're very good at the old pronunciation. I can't even say it. Jesus. Pronunciations. Yeah, that makes sense. Here's a C-130 and a flanker. There's a Navion with us. Beautiful. There's Muse fan. Right, line her up here now. Hit the owl park and brake. Because I need to check out a picture on our Discord under the Bremen bar. Now, lads, by the way, our Bremen bar, or our Discord for that matter, if you've never been, ! Discord brings you a link to our Discord channel. And it's kind of like, if you've never used Discord before, it's kind of like a forum club thing, right? You can put it on your phone, you can have it on your desktop, you can use the web-only version. Very, very handy. And we have our own Discord community. We've 2,500 members here now. It's nuts, right? Absolutely nuts. But in here, right? In here, we have a whole load of stuff. So we have the welcome area when you come in. You just make sure you hit the old shamrock, right? Mac Vision 3D, thank you very much indeed for the Prime sub. Very kind of you, thank you. So you click on the shamrock, that opens up the server, and you can go in and kind of say, look, what rooms do you want? Right? What rooms do you want? Or you can just browse the channels and, you know, follow the ones you like or follow them all. They're all there for you, right? Anyway, Here we have the announcements. So that's when I have to announce I bought a new pair of socks. That kind of stuff. The streaming schedule, that's where you find out every week what we're doing. I post this usually on a Sunday and it tells you what we're doing for the whole week. So tonight is Wing It, the Eurocrash Flight Edition. This is part 1. Gdańsk, Bydgoszcz and Poznan. And tomorrow night we're driving in Euro Truck Sim 2, Convoy with Firefly Logistics. And on Wednesday night we cover the news. It's going to be busy on Wednesday. 727, the Vans RV8, the updated TDI GTN-XI, or GTN 750, and also a new update on the Chinook, or the C47, right? And then on Friday, not on Thursday, on Friday night, we have a cargo op mission in Cyprus. Cyprus celebrates Independence Day this coming Friday, so I said, sure, we'll fly around Cyprus. And we're doing cargo ops in a Twin Otter on behalf of Federal Express, FedEx. So that's where you'll find out all the stuff. But more important than all of that, we have our community area. And inside our community area, this is where you put in your intro to say, hello, I'm this fella. The Bremen Bar, that's where we all hang out. That's just kind of like a general kind of a chat room, and people put up all sorts of cool stuff here. The Airbus A3. Right. Look at this. The Martin Mars, a flying boat. Nighthawk, did you see... I think Kermit Weeks flew in one of those. He flew
How
it up
many crashes today, Murph? I saw it. I see everything, Murph. Always watching from the shadows. I'm David Attenborough. I can see through brick walls.
Kermit Weeks flew one of those up to Oshkosh years ago. A massive aircraft. Absolutely massive. Anyway, then we have all other channels. We have members channels. So if you subscribe to the channel on Twitch or on YouTube, if you become a member, you get access to the members channel. We do giveaways there quite a bit. The VIP lounge are for those who are just nuts and they go tier 2 or tier 3. It's just my way of giving a little bit back. You know, you have to give a little. It's not much. Usually the best I can do. Usually when I'm showcasing aircraft, some folks, I don't know, they get paid. Usually I just say, hey, give us a copy of an aircraft, and that usually does it. And then I would put that up for a giveaway, or I'll buy one and pop it up there for us as well. So why isn't this working? It is. What else do we have then? You have ideas and feedback. Any ideas or feedback, just let me know. We have the flight sim area, all add-ons, bargains, news, photos. If you need help or support with your stuff, your sim rigs when it comes to hardware, Naughty Gnome got some really super hardware for his birthday. He got a beautiful FMS. Livery design, learning all about how to make your own liveries. We have our ATC section. That was for our VATSIM courses that we did. All the information is there. Then you have hobbies, and then you have a full channel dedicated to our virtual airline, Firefly Air. And you can see in here, every flight recorded. It shows when people take off and land. We have our chat area for the airline, and so on and so forth. So that's our Discord. So you're more than welcome to ramble in, ! Discord. Well, that brings you into our Discord. So with that said and done, it's time to continue on with our flight. Our next stop, it's going to take us south.
Jesus.
Southwest. It's a 58 nautical mile hike, and it's going to take us from Bydgoszcz down to Poznan. And this will be interesting to see. There are 2 airports here, but we're going for the one over here. And Echo Papa Papa Oscar, that's where we're going to be landing. So I'd say about half an hour, 35 minutes flight time. Something like that, right? Something like that. So, why are they all upper than you? Tima, it's because I have this scenery, and the folks who are up in the air don't have this scenery. It's a custom scenery. Daddy Plump has it. Just a few folks who have it. But usually when a third-party developer creates scenery, they'll have closer data when it comes to the mesh, and it tends to be about 8 feet lower than what satellite imagery has. But it's grand, right? It's grand. So, quick check in our aircraft. Our flaps are set 10 degrees. Or 15, we'll take it. Quick check on here. Everything's looking good. Go ahead and bring the engine power up. RPM climbing up to about 1500. On hold. Engines are stable. It's time to fly. So off the brakes. We're rolling. And toga. noise of those jets, they're amazing, aren't they? Immersion ruined. Hey, P.S. Mirandai. Hello there. Hope you're well, man. Here's 70 knots. We can take off at 70 in this thing. Oopsie daisy. Pause the rate of climb. Hammer indicating the climb. Bring the gear up. Approaching 90 knots. Flaps in. And we'll circle around the area once again just to give people a chance to take off, get airborne and get settled in. Bit of trimmage here. Runway 30, great for slamming the C-160 down. Nice. Jesus, those flankers, the sounds of them. Right, lads, same as before. If you're on the Xbox, press 1. If you're on the PC, press 2. And if you're still here, with nothing else to do, will you press number 3, and we shall get another count. Are we ready? Yeah, baby. At the state of it. Look at this state! Isn't that class looking? Who's behind us now? Jesus, don't crash, Murphy. You're literally facing the wrong direction. 22 on the PC, 2 on console. Thank you, Super Ty. My dad was a paratrooper. I couldn't think of anything worse than jumping out of a perfectly working airplane. Yep, been there, done that. Learned not to do it again. Oh, Jesus, the buildings. Christ, we nearly went. Right, we're all right now. Wave to the Polish population. How are the men? Look at the state of the flying, lads. Beautiful. Oh, there's Larry, look. And Larry. There's a car of 4. Ah, brilliant. That looks insanely good, doesn't it? It seems that the number of loading doors flipped. Yeah. Oh, it does too, doesn't it? Alright. Someone needs to fly a GB into the back of Mer's plane. I don't know, that PC-21 is getting awfully close. Isn't that class looking? What a perspective. Here at Firefly Air, we laugh. Laugh at flying in the right direction. So many planes back here, that's awesome. Look at that. Beautiful flying, lads. Beautiful.
Can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. Jesus, the flanker's about to come in. Who let the door open? Jesus. Imagine looking out the back door and seeing that. Hello? Jesus, that's going to... Jesus. Get off my plane, said Harrison Ford to your man. Jesus. That's what you think when you see that, isn't it? Jesus, he's nearly in.
Hello there.
He's nearly inside it. How do we? I mean. Oh yeah. No, wait, no, absolutely not, Murph. Jesus, that was insane flying though. Right. Where are we going? Oh, we're going the wrong way. Right, lads, left turn coming in. Huh? Who's right? Terrible. Jesus. Oh, he wants to be refueled. Murph, put your handbrake on. God almighty, that escalated quickly, didn't it? Yeah, ooh. Where did it? Where was the... Oh yeah, it's over there. Right, easy does it. Easy does it. Got ourselves straightened up a little bit. Right, lads, I'm going to bring that speed back, so go fierce handy now. Manifold pressure back. RPM back. And now, in an attempt, try not to hit the back of me plane. Mr. Tommy, you take care of my dude. Well, that took a turn, right? Easy now. Easy. We'll climb a smidgen. Jesus. Jesus! We're being flanked by a flanker. Right, we want to pull up the nose here a bit. There we go. Jesus, again, look at the scenery. Isn't it gorgeous? So by climbing... Oh, look, there's a DC-3 with us. By climbing, we're going to bleed off a little bit of speed. Get it down to about 140, I'd say. That's class looking, though, isn't it? Isn't it class? Did the music? Oh, God, then, yeah. The tunage. When you see the fireflies, look at the state of it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to put in your location into the chat. Town, city, or country, that'll do. But let's see where we're all viewing from tonight. We have Brazil, Liverpool in the UK, Gothenburg, Sweden, Dallas, Fort Worth, RD, High, England, Belgium, Canada, San Jose, Shoreham, Selvage, Kildare, Maastricht, Brighton, Dublin, Lyon in France, Norway, Nantes in France, Limburg, Germany, Patrick's under me bed, Joplin, Missouri, County Meath, Summers in Space, Denmark, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Sunderland, Georgia, Alberta, Canada, Ohio, Exeter, Norcal, West Midlands, Long Island, Scotland, Ontario, Atlanta, St. Helens, Norway, Alabama, Eindhoven, Warwickshire, Devon, Ontario, Tullow and County Carlow, Afghanistan, New Brunswick, Canada, Dublin, Denmark, Mars, Florida again, Nashville, Area 51, Amsterdam, Mauser is in his gaff, Washington DC, Muse fans behind me, Eamons in Leitrim, no one's at the bar stool.
Jesus.
Condo's Crawlspace. Lazy Davy calling from New Brunswick. Villages of Rude End and Bell End, says Nutty Slack. Jesus, that's near Ballygo backwards and Donaghshite. A great places now in Ireland to visit. Ballygo backwards. Right now, Murph, get yourself sorted out. We're going to close the back door now, lads. Wave now. Good luck to you. Great job, lads. Right. Dune, Honduras, Marseille to Hull. And right, trim yourself out now like a mad Egypt. Up the road now. Yes, yes. Good. Do. No, we're not going to make it. Oh, no, we're going to get squished. Never mind. We failed at Indiana Jones. Right, now, turn it off. Turn it off. And turn it off and close the door. Right, brilliant. Right, climb, you fool. Jesus, we're very low. Right, we're kind of we're on the right track here now, lads. Now, so the aircraft friends, the aircraft we're about to learn about. By the way, if you are watching us over on YouTube, if you wouldn't terribly mind, if you hit the little like button, right, YouTube then goes along to other people who wouldn't be watching this normally and say, oh, hello, we think you'd like this. And they'd be like, what? Right, if you wouldn't mind, thank you very much indeed, lads. So, where is this now? So the de Havilland Canada DHC-4 Caribou, designated by the US military as the CV2 and then later as CV7 or C7 Caribou, it's a Canadian specialised cargo aircraft with short takeoff and landing capabilities. The Caribou was first flown in 1958, and although mainly retired from military operations, it's still in use in a few small numbers as a rugged bush aeroplane. The design was further developed as the de Havilland Canada DHC-5 Buffalo, adding turboprop engines and other changes that further improved its short-field performance to the point where it competes with light aircraft, even with a full load. Jesus. Right, now, am I trimmed here? No, you're not. We'll add in a bit of trimmage here now, lads, just to make it look all nice, right? And then we need to add in a bit of aileron trim because we're you know what I mean, we're scowling a bit. And we're very low, but it's grand, right? It's grand. Jeez, the noise of those jets, aren't they savage? Anyway, the company's third short-field takeoff and landing design, big increase in size compared to the earlier Beaver and the Otter, was the first DHC design powered by 2 engines. The Caribou was similar in concept in that it was designed as a rugged style utility aircraft. The Caribou was primarily a military tactical transport that had commercial service found itself a small niche in cargo handling. Dad Game Time says the autopilot mod improves the plane for long-haul flights. Yeah, I'd well believe it, dude. It's not too bad. Like, she'll trim relatively straight. It's not too bad. But yeah. Patrick, you take care, me dude. Nutty slack. Oh. Get ourselves trimmed here. Right. Anyway, the majority of Caribou production was destined for military operators, but the type's ruggedness and excellent stall capabilities required runway lengths of only 1,200 feet. Also appealed to some small commercial users. US certification was awarded on December 23rd, 1960. There's still a handful in commercial use. In response to a US Army requirement for a tactical airlifter to supply the battlefront with troops and supplies and evacuate casualties on the return journey, the Havilland Canada designed the DHC-4. With assistance from Canada's Department of Defence production, DHC built a prototype demonstrator that flew for the first time on the 30th of July 1958. Impressed with the capabilities, the US Army ordered 5 for evaluation as Yak-1, went on to become the largest Caribou operator. The AC-1 designation was changed in 1962, the CV-2 and the C-7 when the US Army CV-2s were transferred to the US Air Force in 1967, and also the Australian Caribou saw extensive service during the Vietnam War. The US Army purchased 159 of these aircraft, and they served their purpose well as a tactical transport during the Vietnam War, where larger cargo aircraft such as the Fairchild 123 Provider and also Lockheed's C-130 could not land on the shorter landing strips. The aircraft could carry 32 troops or 2 jeeps or similar light vehicles. The rear loading ramp could also be used for parachute dropping. All C-7s have now been phased out of US military service, with the last example serving again under US Army control through 1985, supporting of the US Army's Golden Knights parachute demonstration team. Other notable military operators included Australia, Canada, India, Malaysia and Spain. Spain got a shout as well, right? One over this way a bit, Merv. In September 1975, a group of 44 civilians, including armed supporters of the Timor-East Democratic Union, commandeered a Royal Australian Air Force Caribou and on the ground at Baucau Airport in the then Portuguese Timor in the middle of a civil war. The Caribou had landed on a humanitarian mission for the International Committee for the Red Cross. The civilians demanded that the Royal Australian Air Force crew members fly them to Darwin Airport in Australia, which they did. After the Caribou arrived there, the Australian government detained the civilians for a short period and then granted them refugee status. Jesus. It was the Royal Australian Air Force's only ever plane that was hijacked, and the incident was one of the more remarkable stories in Australia's military and immigration history. Jesus, that's mad, isn't it? They came out of Timor. We're taking this plane and you're going to fly us to Australia. Huh? There was a ton of variants for this. As we said, the Yak-1, AC-1, CV-2A, CV-2B, the Caribou, the Turbo Caribou, and so on. Abu Dhabi operated them. Australia, Canada, Cameroon, Ghana, India, Iran, Kenya, Kuwait, Liberia, Malaysia, Oman, Spain, Vietnam, Sweden, Tanzania, Thailand, Uganda, the United States, the Vietnamese People Air Force, Zambia, and then some of these civilian operators, La Serre Air Services, ANZAT, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Air America flew some of these. They're quite a nice machine. Crew of 2 plus a load master. Power plant by two Pratt & Whitney R2000 Twin Wasp 14-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engines. 1,450 horsepower each. Fuel capacity was 830 US gallons. 3-blade Hamilton Standard Type 43D50 prop. Had a maximum speed of 187 knots. Cruised at about 160. Stall speed of only 59 knots. Jesus, that's not far off a Cessna. Had a range of 1,136 nautical miles. Service ceiling of 24,800 feet. And blind flying instruments standard fit. Comparable aircraft, of course, would be the Transall and also the Scottish Aviation Twin Pioneer. That's an interesting looking machine. Do you ever hear of the Scottish Aviation Twin Pioneer? Look at that mad looking yoke. That's gorgeous looking, isn't it? Do you ever see one of those? Hey Andy, good to see you. It's only Andy. The smoothest ATC controller voice you'll hear in Twitch. Welcome in, Andy. Jesus, that's beautiful, isn't it, lads? If you haven't already, do check out It's Only Andy's channel. Jesus, I nearly said that terribly wrong. Check out It's Only Andy's Twitch channel. Yes. We'll get there eventually, Andy. That was terrible.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Brilliant. But isn't this thing gorgeous, look? We need one of them in the sim. Isn't it gorgeous looking? Can we get one? Please. How many of these are... They only built 87 of them. Lads, they're absolutely gorgeous. Where am I flying now? Completely off course. That's gorgeous. I love that. Energizer! Look at that machine! The Scottish Aviation Twin Pioneer. Loving that, so I am. Anyway, getting back to the Caribou. There was a total of 307 of these units built. And it was produced between 1958 and 1968. The last military user was the Royal Australian Air Force. Pretty cool, right? Look at this! It's only brilliant. Right, we do have to turn right a bit. Yes, Murph, you need to turn right, you big idiot, because you're almost going completely the wrong way. Now, let's have a gawk in here.
Hello there.
Did anyone check out the full release of U-Boat, by the way? They retired them back in... Yeah, they did. Steer to port and turn 230. Yes. Gambel, thank you very much indeed for following. Welcome in. Gambel time. Them flankers, I jumped into one earlier on just to see, you know, would it behave? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It's a typical DC design aircraft, but it's I tell you, it looks the part, doesn't it? Very twitchy. Do you know? Very, very twitchy. 303 Squadron. Ascari, that's the one. Now, let's have a look in the local area here. Again, we have a bit of a river we can follow. Rivers are dangerous, but sure, listen. There's some beautiful countryside though, isn't there? Let's ramble down to the river here, lads. We follow that in, will we? There's like a lake a little bit further on. See that lake over there? Let's head for that lake. And let's see what we can do. There's Dragon just ahead of us. Soaring AJ is with us. Retriever Neil is up there. There's Muse. Far, far away is far, far away. B. Carlo. Vacuum. Keyboard. Larry. Starbug. Mauser. Whack-A-Mo. Lazy Davy. Scorpio. Devilfly. Franco. Squawk. Fierce Wolf. TikTok. Von Johnster, rather. There's Wombat and VZ. Looks like you guys are having a lot of fun. Alright, we'll ramble on this way now. There's a little river and like it comes into a bit of a lake. Now it's in a typhoon look. Jesus. One of the best things about these flights is it gets me aircraft I don't fly often. Haven't taken the C-160 out in nearly a year and I'm loving it. I love that Tier 0. That's what it's all about. And like this series in particular, we're checking out aircraft I haven't flown in quite some time. The Caribou was one of them. Next week we're flying in the Cows DA... What is it? 42. And I'm looking forward to that. And we've more series on the way. We've loads of series on the way. This is like a proper busy year for our Monday night adventures. But yeah, the U-boat, if you haven't come across it yet, it's very, very good. It can be arcadey if you want it to be, or it can be like proper simulation, where you're a U-boat skipper. The plane where you fell off your chair. I never fell off my chair. What are you talking about? Fake news. Right, we'll go in here. Jesus, we're absolutely booing it on the speed. What's your speed there, Murph? There's Big Boss. Easy. Easy. U-boat game. Yeah, Larry, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Jesus. Right, don't bin it, Murph. Easy. 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 And that's as low as I dare go. That's pretty low. Pretty low. Add-in sincerely access, a new update is great. Yeah, so they released it now. Full release. Oh man, that's so cool looking. Oh, you dipped the wing. Jesus, Murphy. It's alright. Don't worry, lads. Everything's going to be alright. Yes, it's the trees. I say this lake in real life is stunning.
Oh, Jesus.
Any DHC-4 firefighters? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. The DHC-5 was. Silent Hunter 3 is great. U-Boat Game 2 from 2005, but with mods. Yeah, I've heard of that one, yeah. Silent Hunter, yeah. Oh, Jesus. And then the pilot descended below minimums. Pilot made a terrible mistake. Right, across the countryside we go. So our destination isn't too far away. It's only over there on the right hand side. We're going all right. I'm back to work tomorrow, lads. Me 2-week holiday is over. Oh no. But we're going driving then tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. We'll be taking on our Scania in our beautiful Firefly Logistics colours, thanks to Gibbo Ireland. The legend that is Gibbo. Now let's have a gawk here. We're way off to the east, but it's okay. There should be a whole load of wind farms ahead of us. Let's fly down to them. Yeah, me Scania with the cheap bumpers. That's the one, Larry. I need to drive more to unlock more skill points so I can get proper bumpers. Gibbo was livid. No dog. The poor old dog wasn't invited on the truck. Yeah. I jumped on VATSIM actually yesterday as well for a quick flight. Adam was... Jesus, he did a great stream yesterday. And he does a Sunday school. And I'm loving it. And I took the A320 out for a flight. Haven't flown it since it was updated. Man alive, the Phoenix is such a great airplane, isn't it? Like, isn't the Phoenix a class act? It's just brilliant. And like, I know it's busy now because you have the MD-11, you have the 777. That 727, I need to learn it. From what I've seen so far, there's actually a fair bit of detail in it. But, you know, it's... My heart is set on what Raoul and Alex are working on when they bring out their 727, but for the moment, this will definitely tie over, I think. We were checking out on the news on Wednesday. But yeah, Vat's in there yesterday with the A320, the Phoenix. Speaking of flying too low, why didn't Viper give out to Jester for going low below the hard deck, which was actually the reason Maverick got in trouble? He did, Muse, but he did it off camera. Right? He did it off the camera. We're not allowed to see that. You know, they were giving out to each other. That's why Viper wasn't in Top Gun Maverick. Right? Do you know? What was your man's name? The actor? He's still alive, isn't he? Your man who played Viper. And Jester. Why weren't they in it? Tom Skerritt. He's still alive, isn't he? Tom Skerritt, one of the only, well, one of a few men who could totally rock a mustache. You know what I mean? But there's not an awful lot of these wind farms down here. There's a few alright, but like nothing major. Michael Ironside was Jester. Wasn't he in Starship Troopers as well? He looks a bit like, hang on. He looks like, but isn't the guy from The Flight of the Intruder, who had a mustache too? Huh? Would you like to know more? That was a great movie. Right, we'll start swinging around to the right here. Yeah, really, really good. Blitz, good to see you. Murphy suit a mustache. Would I, yeah? Been trying to grow one for the last 12 years, on a bit of a beard. We'll get there eventually, lads. You know. On my 27th birthday. Tom Skerritt is 90 years old. Jesus, is he? Is he 90? Willem Dafoe. Ah, Willem Dafoe was brilliant. Oh yeah, he was in The Intruder. Cool videos from a cool guy. We are on the Southeast Asian server, my dude. Come on and join us. Clancy Brown was in Starship Troopers too. Who was Clancy Brown? That's the blondie haired fella. Jesus, this is really nice. Look at this, lads. Isn't that gorgeous? Ascari says, a Canadian friend of mine had one, but made it into a certain 1940s. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Monty's here. Good to see you, man. Watching on my night shift. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. Ironside also played your man Richard in Total Recall. Ah. I played Kurgan in Highlander. Yeah, I think I know him now. Michael Ironside, he's in other stuff as well. Was he in The Rock? Maybe not The Rock, he was in something else. There's Wombat. Crikey. Inbound. Whoosh. Jesus, there goes Dragon after him. We're actually very close to our final stop of the night. Echo Papa Papa Oscar in Poznan. Who's your favourite actor of all time? Your absolute favourite actor. If this actor is in the movie, you're going to watch it regardless of what the movie is about. Who's your favourite actor? This is going to be interesting now. Clint Eastwood. Go ahead, punk. Our Clint Eastwood now is a legend. A great bunch of lads. Sean Connery. Jason Statham. Kelsey Grammer. Tom Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks is brilliant. John Wayne. That you, John Wayne. Tom Hanks. Mr. Bean. Denzel. Yeah, and to be fair, Denzel doesn't do bad movies. Same with Tom Hanks. John Mills. John Mills, Jesus. Richard Todd. Morgan Freeman. Tom Hanks, just for the fact that he's so diverse, he really is. He really is. He normalizes the roles he plays, as in, he's very, very good. Mads Mikkelsen, great actor. Laurel and Hardy. Samuel L. Jackson. Donald Sutherland, brilliant. Martin Freeman, Paul Newman, Two-Tone Murphy, Cary Grant, Alan Rickman. Oh, he was brilliant. Orly Ermy. Jesus. Tim Robbins. Oh, very good. Yeah, he was great in Shawshank. Alan Rickman is class. Viggo Mortensen. Alec Guinness. There's something about pure evil. Alec Guinness is brilliant. Richard Harris. Viggo Mortensen. That was oh Jesus, what was his name? Aragon, son of Arathon. That's the one. Muse fan wouldn't have a clue. Peter Cushing, Uncle Tom Cobley, Richard Harris, Pauly Shore, yeah, Aragon, that's the one. Stephen the Sparky, good to see you. My second love, you're welcome in. Viggo Mortensen is a brilliant movie called The Green Book. Really, really good. Orly is the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. Honorary Sergeant Hartman. What a movie that is. Private Pile. Christopher Lee. Peter O'Toole. Wow. I was going to say Ask Muse, but he hasn't seen it yet. Gary Oldman. Yeah, Mr. Teuton loves Gary Oldman. James Coburn. He was a drill sergeant in real life. He was. I'm Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. He was brilliant. Prom 2s. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Brilliant. Steve McQueen. What are we discussing? Your favourite actor? Is there any famous Polish actors, considering we're in Poland? Harrison Ford? Mia Khalifa? Ooh. Harrison Ford, yeah, brilliant. Oliver Reed? Jesus, nobody said Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, and made military shows, had an honourable discharge. Yeah. Daniel Obareszki is Polish. Jesus, there you go. Now, is there very fancy flying? John Candy. There were the days. Brilliant. Look at the state of this. Jesus, look at that. Charlie Chaplin, Harrison Ford, Chris Farley. I finally sat down and watched Jojo Rabbit and wow. Come on yourself. That's some serious flying Vezi or VZ. Jesus, man, that's incredible. Go handy now, you have a wombat on your tail. Michael Dorn. It was Worf, wasn't it? Captain. This is not our airport, by the way, lads. We're not stopping at this one. It's the next one. Anthony Hopkins. Yes. John Goodman. Yes, brilliant. Kate Winslet. Yeah. Patrick Stewart. The line must be drawn here. Yes. Chris Lee corrected the director of Lord of the Rings about the sound a dagger makes when it goes in because he knew. Jesus. Bugs Bunny. Michael Caine. Oh, Richard Burton. Yes. Michael Caine and Richard Burton. Zulu. Wasn't that the one they were both in? Michael Caine is brilliant. Billy Bob Thornton. Brilliant. Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, very good. Jesus, you have a good old diverse range of favourite actors. Penelope Cruz. Richard Burton as the narrator. That was in War of the Worlds, but wasn't Richard... Who was your man who played... John Chad, was it? In Zulu. Christopher Reeves. Jonathan Price. Brent Spiner. Yeah, that's right, Scary. Yeah, I saw those He's at Comic-Con when he does it. They're brilliant. Grown up would have no doubt been Arnold though, yeah. Boys, I'm amazed I've just seen the
Hello
trailer
there.
of Shooting Stars, and before you lot say anything, I haven't been smoking anything. Man, Dan, good to see you. Stanley Baker, that's the one. The Prozac, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, man. Salma Hayek. Nicolas Cage. Ah, brilliant. No one mentioned Marlon Brando yet, Muse, no. Or what's his name? The main three. Robert De Niro or Al Pacino or that. Elvis Presley. Bono. Bono? He didn't do any acting, did he? This is only gorgeous, look. Alright, let's ramble up by the railway, I think, here, and we'll go into the city and explore. Thank you, Mikor. What's his face? Yeah, that fella. Pat Benatar was born in Poland. Mad V Sky. Gene Hackman. Oh, yes. He had a very strange Polish accent in A Bridge Too Far. The Germans. General. Huh? Vazali, what's your sim name? Tier 0, you take care of my dude. Dan, what's your location? Dan! Dan! Will you see them in Ireland? Charles Brosnan. Polish background? Liverpool. Ah, gotcha. Jesus, this is very, very nice. Right, friends, as we approach our final destination of tonight, Poznan, our first leg is almost complete. So we'll play some tunage. Let's check it out. The tunage, lads. You see the big story we got as well? Jesus. Stevie Wonder was the bus driver in Speed. Wait, what? What? Really? Angelina Jolie. Jesus then. Jesus. Sandra Bullock. Oh, yeah. Let's go to Craggy Island. Way. This is pretty, isn't it? Charles Bronson was of Lithuanian descent. Alright. Always. Just I can't remember that one. John Belushi. Ah, go on, go on. Sandra has been in way more and has acted way better. Sandra had what? Jesus. Crikey! There's Lazy Davy. Frank Kelly should have been Pope. Agreed. That's awesome looking. Right, I'll bring it in here for a full stop. Easy. The scenery's really nice, isn't it? Beautiful. Right, a gentle landing is what we want. So we're kind of on a parallel. There we are. Scorpio 49, you take care of my dude. Thanks for flying along, man. Okay, so it's going to be a right turn and then right again. Right, start bringing the speed back. Prop forward. Speed 120. First notch of flaps. Easy. It's a fine big city, isn't it? Flaps 20. Gear down. And start our turn. What's the speed? Keep it around 100. Ah, Zybok, very good. You overshot that a little bit. Alright, gears down. Oh, look at that. Alrighty. Let's go full flaps. And put the nose down. Easy, does it? You'd say Jolie is your favourite actress? Do you know who's very good? Henry Cavill. No Undies McGee, great game. U-Boat, it's you can kind of make it relatively arcadey, as in it'll hold your hand, or you can have it in total simulation mode. It's a huge game. It's very, very good. It's very reminiscent of like Silent Hunters and all those. Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. All right, we're a little bit fast. This thing will stall at 59, so we got plenty of headroom. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey is brilliant. Sigourney Weaver? Yeah. I'm going to pick it up as soon as we're done. I have wanted it for some time. It's an excellent game. Excellent.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Jesus. Oh, Nicole Kidman. Yeah. Right, watch your speed now. 70 knots. Don't let it go below. Your short field. See this indicator here? That's actually working, letting us know if we're too fast or too slow. We're aiming to get the needle on point, look. Now we're going a little bit too slow. So we're flaps 40, so you want to keep that kind of bang on. That's your indicator to let you know your speed, yeah? Aiming is called U-Boat. Careful. There's like crew management, navigation, torpedo shoot, like it's very good. Easy does it. There's all sorts of Kerry made on the runway here. Kerry Gold. Gently, gently. 50 knots landing. I love it. I love it. Small bit of reverse thrust. Bring those flaps in. All right. Yeah, better whiskey. Very, very good. Okay, Beaconscale, yeah.
Hello there.
Hey, Strap, good to see you, man. Look at this. That's awesome looking. That's a really nice flight, wasn't it? Larry's in the chopper. Right, we'll ramble down the runway here, we'll turn around and then we'll get a good view of everyone. Oh, look at that. The DC-6 with Firefly Air, you gotta love it.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
Ozymandias, welcome in, dude. Alright, got ourselves turned here. See? See? In the grass. Alright. So we'll do something like this. There's Baltic. Good to see you, Baltic. Something like that. Something like that kind of works, doesn't it? Bit of power. Right. Bit of music for the dudes. All right. That was some crack, wasn't it? Crack her up there now, Murph. Jesus. Right, we're doing one of these. And there we have it, sports fans. Our flight has completed for this evening. Wasn't it loads of fun? Jesus. It's Lazy Davy's birthday today. Be the Jesus. Happy birthday, Lazy Davy. The absolute ledge. Right, friends. Part 1 is complete of our Wing It series. Same crack again. Next Monday, we continue on with our adventure. Join me tomorrow night. We're going to be driving. We're driving. You don't fly trucks. So we're going to be driving tomorrow. And we're going to be in Euro Truck Sim 2. And what else are we doing? Wednesday night, we're bringing the news. There's a ton of news I got to catch up on. And then on Friday night, we have a group flight in Cyprus. So it's quite a busy week. And don't forget to check out our Discord channel. I want to thank everyone so much for joining me here tonight. Everyone here on Twitch and on YouTube. All the likes, the follows, the Jesus that went on, the subscribing, all the subs tonight has been absolutely incredible. And I thank you all so very, very much indeed. It is great to be back. I've missed streaming something fierce. It's only gone for 2 weeks. And between Friday night and I was trying to mind me troth over the weekend. That's why I didn't stream. Because the voice is a little bit, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see. We might do some driving in France tomorrow. We'll see, because we have our brand new Scanja. So that'll be fun. And then we continue with the flight sim stuff then on Wednesday and then again on Friday. So thank you all so very, very much indeed. Have a lovely evening. And thanks for tuning in. Stand by. We'll do a raid here over on Twitch to our YouTube viewers. Thank you very much indeed. So until the next time, you take care. See you soon. All right, we're getting somewhere. So what I'm going to do to make my life very, very easily, well, I'm going to jump onto me autopilot, right? Now, to do that, this requires brain power I'm probably not ready to share, but we'll give it a bash, right? We'll give it a bash. So what we're going to do, we have our mode selector, which is up behind your mixture control, yeah? Your mode selector, we're going to put that onto nav. We then go to our CDI, or course deviation indicator, and we're going to flick that onto GPS. And as we're flying to intercept, 235 will hold for you, 426. Give him a flash of the light so he knows it's us.
Thanks for the flashing, Murph.
I just flashed him. See, that is a time in your life where it's okay to flash someone. You've seen it and heard it here first, lads.